Henry the Green Engine was feeling very sorry for himself. He often complained about being sick to the other engines. Edward and Percy were most sympathetic, however the others were less so. One day, Henry was talking to James the Red Engine. "You know, James, I suffer dreadfully and no one cares." "Rubbish, Henry! You don't work hard enough. What are you complaining about?" "My firebox," Henry moaned. "My firebox is too small. I don't make enough steam." Henry was bigger than James, but his firebox was pitifully small. Sometimes he could pull trains very well. However, other times he could hardly even leave the shed. When Henry reached the platform, the fat director was there waiting for him. "Henry, you're a strong fella. However, your steaming issues are a burden. This makes you very expensive to operate. We've gotten you lots of new parts, but nothing seems to work. If we cannot make you better, we're going to have to send you away." This made Henry and his crew very worried. Henry liked his home on the island of Sodor and did not want to leave. "This is why I'll be riding in your cab to see if there's anything we can do for you." Henry and his crew were very anxious about this idea. If the run did not go well, then Henry could be sent away. The train got off to a great start. Henry thundered through the first tunnel. He arrived at Edward's station very worn out, though. The fireman and the fat director stood on the platform talking. "You know, sir, Henry is a bad steamer. I build up his fire, but it doesn't give enough heat. It doesn't help that he's got a small firebox." So it's the firebox that's the problem." "Yes, the other engines can manage. They have much bigger fireboxes, but not Henry." The train soon started off again. Henry tried very hard to get over Gordon's Hill, but by the time he reached the station on the other side, he was exhausted. He barely had any steam at all. Henry was very upset. "Oh dear, I'll have to go away." Edward came and moved Henry to a siding. Then he took the train the rest of the way. The fat director was very anxious. He turned to the crew. "What do you think will make Henry run better?" "The coal recently has been very poor. The other engines can deal with it because they have big fireboxes, but not Henry. Now if he had Welsh coal, that would be a different story." "Welsh coal, eh? It's expensive, but we have to give Henry a fair shot." The fat director turned to the station master. "Tell Winston to go collect some Welsh coal." Henry put on a brave face, but he was doubtful this new coal was going to help him. Later in the evening, Winston returned with Henry's first batch of Welsh coal. Henry tried it at once. His crew was very excited. All of his joints were oiled and his brass was polished until it shone like new. The fireman built the fire carefully by putting large lumps of coal like a wall around the outside. Then he covered the glowing middle bit with smaller lumps. "Now we'll show 'em, old boy," Henry's driver shouted. Henry beamed as the other engines watched with interest. When Henry arrived at the platform for the evening train, the water was boiling nicely. He let off steam in excitement, and the fat director came to see him off. "Hello, Henry, how are you feeling?" "Very well, sir, thank you." "Well, John Henry, have you got a good fire driver?" "Never better, sir. Plenty of steam, too." "Good. Well, no record breaking. Don't push Henry too hard. Henry won't need any pushing. I'll probably have to hold him back." The following run was one of Henry's best. He ran so smoothly and the passengers congratulated him. He was even early to the junction and had to wait for Thomas. When Thomas did arrive, Henry said, "Oh, lazy bones, where have you been? I can't wait around for slow tank engines all day. Goodbye." Thomas was astonished, and he said to Annie and Clarabelle, "Have you ever seen anything like it?" And they both agreed that they had never had.